How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are all enjoying the beautiful weather we're having right now. I hope you guys are staying safe as well. And welcome to another edition of our Sunday afternoon lime with Mala and friends. Of course, my name is Mala, for those of you who don't know me. And I just want to say namaste and welcome again to another edition of our Sunday afternoon lime program. As you all know, that I started this program over a month ago, just as a way to kill some time and also to keep our viewers involved, informed, and entertained during this COVID-19 lockdown. We are in the second stage of reopening businesses here in Toronto, and I trust that everyone will still abide by the rules of social distancing and stay safe. And as you all know, I love music, and this was my way of giving back to the community and helping others as well to get to a platform of recognition. And I really miss being out there. I know a lot of people are, well, especially singers, are not involved in, they're not, getting any gigs or anything like that. And so I am just pleased and excited that I'm able to give my voice to this platform. We've had singers and musicians, we've had social activists, and we've had all kinds of people on here already, songwriters and band leaders and just the works. And we have some really exciting guests coming up in the coming weeks. So I'm super excited about that. I will keep you guys posted on my social media platform. As I'm waiting for my guest today, she's not on as yet, my very first guest. So I'm hoping that she will log on as soon as she can. In the meantime, for anyone celebrating a birthday this month, it's Gemini month. Of course, I'm a Gemini, and we are great people. We are social butterflies. And I like to think so anyways. So for anyone celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to all of you. And I wish you all the very best in the coming years, in the coming months. I'm hoping that this COVID-19 travel ban will be lifted very soon, because I do have some travel plans, and I am raring to go, and I'm sure you all are as well. So I hope everybody is doing well, and I just want to quickly mention one person that I would like to say a big thank you to, and that is Mr. Joe Jaglal. He's always been my support and my pillar of advice. He's always been there every time I need a bit of advice, or if I'm in a bind, or if I, whatever, technical support, you can say. He's always there. And just before I got started with the program here today, and I came on live, we had a bit of a problem, and he was able to help me solve that problem. So thank you, Joe. You've always been there. You're a great support, a great person to lean on at times like this. And I'm not sure where my guest is. She's not here as yet. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is maybe play a few songs for you. Let's see this. I'll play this back again while I get on the phone and get
शिकवा नहीं
All right, so we're back, and Rihanna has promised that she will be on in a minute. But just before we get started with her, I just wanted to let you guys know that to please share the link, and I encourage all of you to leave any comments or suggestions, or if you have any topics you would like me to cover at some point in the near future, please do leave me any comments. And for our guests that are going to be on today, I encourage you to leave some thumbs up for them and also leave some hearts for them as well. So let's see where she is before I don't want to start talking to her and then oh boy, she cannot get in. So I will have to share another video with you guys in the meantime. Let's do that. And hopefully she will, I am so sorry about this.
सजना से काहे आए लाज सजनी झूमे ते अंग मोहे आज सजनी सजना से काहे आए लाज सजनी झूमे ते अंग मोहे आज सजनी सजना से काहे आए लाज सजनी, झूमे दे अंग मोहे आज सजनी। सजना से काहे आए लाज सजनी, झूमे दे अंग मोहे आज सजनी।
Hi, everybody. So my guests are having a little bit of a problem logging in, and I've got my co-host here with me, Mr. Joe Jaglal. And Joe, are you
I
there?
I am coming in 2 seconds. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, and you're still live.
Yes. Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to be back with you once again, even though if it is just for a short minute or so. Hello, Toronto. Hello, world. Hello, Mala. You're looking pretty today.
Thank you, Joe. As usual, you have to be my sound guy, my engineer, and everybody else in between. So I'm not sure what's happening with my co-host in Trinidad right now. I mean, my guest in Trinidad, they're not able to log in. So perhaps you can give me some advice.
Um, it's the same login in that you sent to me that
That's
you have
right.
sent to them. And I tried myself and I got back in again right now. So I am not sure what could be the issue with them, uh, whether it's related to their internet or their computer. Not sure.
I'm not sure either. So they're saying that they're trying to log in, but they can't. It's saying that if you're the host, log in to start the meeting, but they're not the host. They're supposed to join the meeting, right?
They're supposed to join the meeting, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, you know what they're probably doing? I wondered if they are logging, if they're trying to. Yes, they're going all the way to the bottom and they're clicking that link. There's a link in between what you send them halfway that says click to join the meeting. That's what they're supposed to do. So I
Okay.
think,
So
so
if
if you
you guys
can,
are watching, and please follow what Joe is saying, and try your login that way, because he's used the same information and he's here with me.
so what
So
you can do, let me share my screen at least, and they can see what we're talking about. Can you see this, Mal?
yes, I can.
So if they click on that at the bottom, then they're going to have issues. Join Zoom meeting here, this right in the middle here. If they click on that link, that will bring them in right away, because this is exactly what you send them, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It's the
So
same thing.
in the meantime, though, while they are trying to get on, how have you been keeping? You've been very busy.
I have actually. Work is keeping me busy. I'm just super, super busy with work. I've got lots of stuff going on, and I've got this as well. And, just keeping up with everyone,
Right. Yeah. And I know you would not mind, and it just comes to mind that if I can let everybody know about a public service announcement, especially those of
Absolutely.
you in Toronto here, coming this Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. I know most of us who goes to the Guyana Consulate on Victoria Park and Consumers Road,
Yeah.
there are services that are rendered there where we go to fill out forms, we get our passports, so many forms got to be done. And because of COVID-19, there have been restrictions. So what Consul General Anyan Chu is doing for this Wednesday at 7:30, she's having a 1 hour discussion on Zoom also. You'll find it on my page, you'll find it on the consulate page, where she is taking questions from the public and she's letting everybody know how the services have changed for the Guyana consulate, and if you have certain requirements, how they'll be able to fulfill those. So that's this coming Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And I'm sure that many people that you know who would want to know what's happening, because, Mala, the things have changed the way business are being done. I need
Exactly.
really and truly, I can't see you. I know how pretty you are, but I can see you very dull because I need my glasses changed, and I can't go change it. I need to make an appointment to go meet somebody now. Like, you can't walk in and go and pick your frames and all of that anymore. So yes, everybody, for the Guyana Consulate, 7:30 this coming Wednesday, live on Facebook, a panel discussion on the consular services in Toronto, how they have changed and how you can get your services. Thank you so much for that, Mal.
Oh, you're very welcome. Because the other thing that I wanted to say, okay, perfect.
Oh, there she is.
So yeah,
Yep.
so she's here. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to say as well is that yesterday I went shopping with my mom, and
Right.
a lot of these stores are not open. Like, you know, the stores are open for business. You can go in and shop, but if you have to go into, say, for instance, you need to use the bathroom, for instance.
Yes.
I had this issue yesterday where we were driving around and nothing was open. They wouldn't let us in.
Yes. Nothing is open. Nothing is open.
It's important things like that I think people need to be aware of.
And before I leave you two beautiful ladies alone, I just want to say to everybody out there, please keep on taking precaution. Protect
Yeah,
yourself,
absolutely.
and let's protect everyone else. Okay? So
Absolutely.
thank you so much, Mal. You take care. Have fun. I'll be watching through Facebook. Bye bye. All the best. Bye, Rihanna.
Thank
Bye.
you very much, Joe. I always appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Rihanna. Thank
Hi,
you so much.
Mama.
Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate
Finally got
your
on.
time. Thank you. Sorry about the mix up. of course, I had to get my tech guy in here. He's an
Absolutely.
all-rounder, um, so, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on Rihanna. She will be my first guest for today. And so, Rihanna started singing at the age of 7. She was a 2-time finalist in the Mastana Bahar competitions. She started her singing career with a band called Impressions in 2009. And she has sang for many other bands such as Maya, Rave, Avatar, and Trishul. She was also a finalist in the NCIC Kishore Kumar competitions in 2018, and that's where I met you.
Really?
Yeah, that was an exciting time for sure. And also, she is now the female frontline singer for Trinidad's newest band, KOAS. Am I saying that correctly?
We call it chaos.
Chaos. Oh,
When we touch it up on a stage, that's exactly what's going to happen in your party.
so you're ready to create some chaos.
Yes, as soon as we get the okay to have social gatherings again.
Absolutely. Okay. So before we get into the question part of this, I have a video that I put together for you. So
Okay.
let me just share that with our audience. And for our audience who are watching today, please give Rihanna some thumbs up and some hearts as we move along in the program. And please share the link as well. And we apologize once again for the little mix up that we had. Thank you. Let me just close this.
ये ज़मीं रुक जाए, आसमां झुक जाए, तेरा चेहरा जब नजर आए, हो तेरा चेहरा जब नजर आए, ये ज़मीं रुक जाए, आसमां झुक जाए, तेरा चेहरा जब नजर आए, हो तेरा चेहरा जब नजर आए.
Wow. That's a lovely video, I must say.
I'm glad you liked it. I will definitely share it with you at the end of this.
Yes, please. That was my next. I was gonna ask you to share it.
Absolutely. It's such a pleasure to have you on. I'm so happy that you were able to make the time to be here with us, and
My pleasure.
you're very welcome. So Rihanna, I just wanted to ask a few questions about your life, how you got started with music and stuff. So maybe you can elaborate a little, tell our audience a little bit more about you, a little something else that on apart from what I've said in my introduction about you.
Well, as you stated, I started singing when I was 7. It all started off as a joke. My mom and one of my friends was like, we want you to open the Diwali program in our village, that's in Paje, Tunapuna. And I was like, okay, but I can't sing. And I was like, well, we'll see if you could do something now and open the show for us. So I went to school and I had my teacher teach me a bhajan to open the Diwali program. It was very appropriate. The song was actually Ma Jayambe Ma. And I was backed up that year by Uncle Charlie and the Bina Sangeet Orchestra. And after that, there was no holding back. I continued every year until the last year that they had the celebration. every year became a tradition that I would have opened their program for them. And 2 years ago, they had a little gathering. It wasn't as grand as it was when I now started. And they called me and it was like, you busy tonight? We doing a little thing by the corner. You could come and sing about 15 minutes for us. And I actually stand and I sang for 2 hours straight.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was such a wonderful feeling to see all the villagers who I would have grown up around, walking to school back home at my grandma, to see everybody coming out and just sitting and enjoying me. And they've seen me from the first day that I landed on a stage and I held a mic publicly and sang, to this day. And they've always been supportive, always.
Wow, that's amazing. It's always important to have your family support in anything that you
One
do.
thing I never forget, and I take it throughout my singing career, is I never forget where I started and where I began, my roots, and I've never forgotten that.
Perfect. I know that you're also you also took part in the Mastana Bahar. Can you talk a little bit about that? How did that come about? Was it something that you had to go through in order to become the singer and being like a well-known singer that you are today?
I would definitely say being on Mastana contributed to a lot of people knowing who I was, who I am, and I started off Mastana when I was just about 14 years. The first year I entered, I did not even make the semifinals. I cried from penal straight to home. I cried and I was like, I'm not going back. And the next year I was back. And then
Mhm.
the second year I got through to the semifinals. I didn't make it to the finals, but that gave me an extra boost to continue and to go back another year and see where that could have taken me. And the next year I went back, I made it to the finals and I placed ninth.
Mhm.
And then I took a 2 year break and then I went back again. And that was the year Rishi Gayadeen won. And that was
Right.
one of the hardest competition I've ever sang in because we had people like Rishi Gayadeen, Sangeeta Naik, Amit Sagram, Renuka Mahaber from Dilli, and all of us was in one finals at a point in time.
Right.
And after that, Mastana, I never really entered back because everything became so busy with gigs and school. It was just a lot. And I was supposed to enter last year, but I ended up having a show the same day, so I couldn't go to the audition.
Mhm.
So probably in the near future, if they decide to hold back another audition, you may just see me on Mastana again.
Mhm.
Because I
Okay.
mean, I want to hit that number one spot one day to come. So
I'm sure you will. You're a very, very talented girl, and
it pays to
you know,
never give up, right?
you no, you don't ever give up on your goals and on your dreams. You know, the sky's the limit. You can go as and reach as far and as high as you want to,
Yep, I
especially in this
agree.
industry. Yes. So let's talk a little bit about your very first influence in music. Where did that come from?
Anybody who knows me knows the answer to this question is definitely without a doubt Mr. Anil Bhim.
Ah,
Um, I used to imitate Anil when I was growing up. So like any song he sang, I would copycat him the way
right.
and this was as a little girl growing up. And when I was about 14 years, he had his Mother's Day concert, Uncle Rafi's Mother's Day concert, and he was calling up people on stage to dance. And my sister and a total stranger, threw me up on the stage because my sister knew that it was my dream to sing with him, and she knew it would have made my night, put it like that.
Oh,
And I went on stage to dance, and I asked him, I said, can I sing? And he was like, what song you want to sing? So I told him, Mene Tucci. That was the song that he sang with Kanchan's daughter.
mhm.
I want to sing that song. And when I started singing, Beam just handed me the mic. And I sang for half an hour straight in his concert. And up to today, he never lets me forget that night that I took over his concert.
Oh my
Definitely
goodness.
Anil Beam. Anil Beam is my inspiration, my role model. He's someone dear to me now. We have such a good friendship that Beam could call me and say, "Hey, Smalley, X, Y, and Z." And we have such a good friendship now that if I need any advice, I know I can go to Beam for it. Um, so definitely without a doubt, Anil Beam.
Absolutely. He's just a superstar in his own right. He really is. He really is. Excellent
And
vocal.
he's very humble, and as I say, I could go to him for anything, any advice, be it
Hmm.
my professional singing career or my personal life. I know if I have a problem, I
Hmm.
could call Beam.
So I know you've also done some collaborations. You have done a professional recording with Anil Beam,
Yes,
a bhajan, right? And
bhajan.
yes, and so I know you've done collabs with other singers as well too. What would you say would have been your favorite performance of all time?
That's hard because my most memorable performance would have been when Kamal Khan, Saregama winner, came to Trinidad. Um, I think it was about 7 or 8 years ago, could be more. He came to Trinidad and he was in concert with Dilly Nadan at ELR, and Rishi Gayadeen was the Gayatones was the band that was backing up Kamal on that
Hmm.
night. And
Yeah.
Rishi called me and he was like, I need you to do something for me. So I was like, what's that? He was like, well, you know Kamal Khan come in Trinidad. I was like, yeah. He was like, well, I want you to be one of the backup vocalists for him on that night. And I literally ran through my house screaming very hard. And
Um,
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is coming true. And personally meeting him
mhm.
and being on that stage, even though it was as a backup vocalist, but it it definitely was my most memorable moment.
All right, that sounds like, that sounds so exciting, honestly. I totally get the excitement part of that because I do have a couple of people that I want to do collabs with, and I think I'm just waiting for the right moment to ask
Moment.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that would be the highlight of my
Yeah.
musical career, so to speak, basically.
Yes.
Are you ready to sing a song for us, for our audience today?
Yeah, sure. I know everybody know who knows me knows when I sing with bands, especially I do the party music. I do the Abike Baras, the Mohilagi Day, those
Hmm.
kind of styles. But my heart really goes to the Bollywood music, the
Mine
soulful,
too. Yeah.
unplugged, the unplugged, like songs that you could get the sweetness out of your voice. So
Yes.
I chose this song because I really love it. So I hope that they enjoy it as well.
Awesome.
It is from the movie Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhania,
Mm.
and I hope y'all enjoy it. You hear the audio good, right?
Think I'm having a bit of a problem with the audio.
ना तेरे बिना नजर मैं तेनू समझा ना तेरे बिना नजर तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करा इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तो या जान मेरी जान मेरी जान मेरी मेरे दिल ने चुन लिया
Wow. It is my favorite song to sing as well. I really love it. So,
It's very soulful.
very, very soulful. But what can I give just a bit of an advice? So for the next couple of songs that I will ask you to do, if you could do it maybe a cappella, because first, for whatever reason, your music is sort of not coming out clearly. Yeah, so if you could do a cappella, that would be great.
That's not a problem.
Because your voice is amazing as it is right now. Like, I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for
Thank
doing
you.
that. Yes, absolutely. Now, I wanted to ask you this question. You know that in Trinidad there's such male dominance, especially when it comes to the music scene. How do you stay competitive, especially when it comes to like doing gigs and how do you stay
Um,
competitive with the scene that it is right now?
well, one thing everyone knows with me is I work with everybody. I don't handpick who I work with. I have a good relationship with all the artists who I work with. That is people like Anthony Batson, um, Devashish Ramnath. He's one of our upcoming classical singers. Um, Rave, all these bands that I work with. Most of the time, I'm the only female that cuts in gigs with those bands, and I would definitely say having a good relationship with everybody keeps you in the game because
Hmm.
when they're looking for someone to call, you're the first person they're gonna call. So
Hmm.
I am always booked. Sometimes there's weekends that I have to give away gigs. And I would call out
Yeah.
a female artist and be like, hey, you're free and I need somebody to pull in on a gig. I can't make it. I call Reshma Rama most of the time because
Hmm.
Rishma passes on jobs to me as well too. So
Hmm.
we have a good relationship. So I would definitely say having a good relationship with everybody in the industry definitely works in your favor as a female artist.
Yes.
It
And
keeps
and
you
do
on
you
the top of your game and you're always out there performing. So people are always hearing about you.
right. Apart from the performance part though, do you keep on top of your game like with vocal training and all of that?
I've never taken vocal training.
Wow, that's
In my
amazing.
29 years of life, I've never taken vocals. I usually just like log on to all these Indian competitions, Saregama, Rise and Star, all these competitions, and I learn from the videos. I sit down
Right.
home and I will sometimes at work I will just have on my headset and I'll be practicing. I'm sure my coworkers hear me singing a million times
Hmm.
during the day different songs, but it's just me. That's the way I practice. I would just stick in some headphones and probably while I exercise and walking, just sing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome because I mean, for someone who hasn't had, I thought for sure that maybe you had some vocal training and whatever. Yeah.
Uh,
So Rihanna, I wanted to ask you. I know you're a single mom. You've got a young daughter. She's how old now? 6?
it's five.
Oh, 5. Okay, I'm jumping ahead.
Five.
How difficult has it been being a young single mom, being an artist, and being, having a full-time job, and just trying to balance it all? How do you do it?
Um, it's difficult. There are days where I feel like just giving up. But I have a good support system. I have my family. my mom, my sister, they assist me a lot when it comes to taking care of her. Well, school with her is not an issue with me because as soon as I come home from work, I just take off my jacket, rest it on the chair, and we're at it with school. But like on a weekend, faithfully for me, once I have gigs, I put her to bed before I go and sing, and before she opens her eyes next morning, I'm with her.
Right.
So I try to not, but now she's at the age where she knows bedtime is not early on a weekend. So she's all about playing and doing makeup, and my sister fills in that void perfectly for me because she would be the one to do all the mischief.
Oh, that's amazing because it's always good to have family support as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my family makes it a lot easier for me. Definitely.
That's good. It's important to have that support system as well because I mean, especially with a child so young as well too, you know, you need to have sort of a balance
Yes,
lifestyle.
I agree.
Perfect.
But she's sometimes now she wants to go on my gigs with me. So like once I know it's a half an hour set I have and it's a reception or a wedding where I know she could sit down and watch. She's usually at the side of the stage with me now. She will have her snack bag, her water, her juice, everything just there. And she's all about going with mommy on gigs because she has been singing and she doesn't want to stop every song that comes on.
Wow.
Mommy, can you teach me it? She went with me to studio last week actually. I was doing vocals for a song and I asked her, say you want to go with me? She said, what are you going to do? I said, well, mommy going to put down vocals. Yeah, she, what's that? I said, well, that's when mommy go and record her vocals so it could be played on radio. And she was, okay, yes, mommy, I want to go. And she sat and she was so, Rishi Mahata was so amazed with her as well too, because she sat and she was like, can you play a song for me? Can you play Meety Meety Chashani? That's Ishkini Chashani. And she sang for him and she's only 5. So I know she's definitely going to grow up singing and maybe following in my footsteps one day to come.
Well, that's the next question I was going to ask you. Are you going to groom her to become the next superstar?
She loves it already, and she's always like, "That's my mommy on stage, you know. That's my mommy."
Oh, that's awesome.
My biggest fan, definitely.
That's awesome. I know that you've been practicing your vocals with all of these unplugged songs as well too, and your latest song, Tera Chehra, by Adnan Sami. That's one of my favorite songs. And would you mind doing a few lines out of that for us?
Sure. That's not a problem.
A cappella, please.
आसमां झुक जाए तेरा चेहरा जब नजर आए हो तेरा चेहरा जब नजर आए ये ज़मीं रुक जाए आसमां झुक जाए तेरा चेहरा जब नजर आए.
That was amazing. I really like that song. And by the way, that
It's
just
very soothing.
the way you did that song, it was just so coming from the heart, I would say. And I'm pretty sure you were in a good space when you sang that song.
Well, I'm really the producer behind that song was none other than Wizzy.
Of course.
He was my band leader when I was with the band Ramoutar for 2 years, and that 2 years was the 2 years that set Rihanna Gopal where she is now. I would definitely say, because he took me right after I had my daughter, and he asked me if I was interested, and obviously I took up the offer. And Wizzy has been such a pillar in my career as coming back out after I had my daughter, and he's one of the most easiest producers to work with. He's very easygoing. If you make a mistake, he'll be like, that's okay, we just do it back. Come, let's do it back. And when we went to produce that song, that was not the song we had in mind. And I was like, was he try this song? And he started playing, and from the time he started playing, I just started singing. And he's like, okay, this is the song that we're gonna go with. And what he did with that song is pure magic.
He is an amazing, amazing producer. I really, really like him, and probably I'm biased in that way, probably because he was my first producer as well. He made all of my first songs as well too. So yeah, so I totally get it. He's
Yeah, he's very easy to work with.
Yes, absolutely. Do you want to sing anything else for us before I move on to the next? Oh, by the way, before you do that, let's just see who's on Facebook Live and what they're saying. So Joe Jaglal is watching as well too. He wants to say namaste to Sangeeta Singh, his neighbor from Guyana. Abdul Sharif, good afternoon, everyone. Kishore Wizzy Ramdat, blessings to you guys. Thank you, Wiz. And Ryan, Jeffrey, Saraswati B. Maharaj, Harish Ramartan, Tom Singh, and a few other people are on as well too. So thank you so much to everyone who's watching right now on Facebook. Please do share the link and give Rihanna some thumbs up and some hearts, everyone. Come on. She deserves it. She's an excellent vocalist. Thank you so much, Rihanna.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Mala.
I just want to, before I let you go, I just want to ask you if you've got any advice for any young person just like yourself who's looking at you right now, or who just have this goal in their head that they want to become a singer at some point in their lives. What do you have to say to them?
One thing I encountered in this music career is that there are gonna be people that gonna have the worst to say about you. They're gonna try to knock you down. They're gonna try to bring you down. Do not give up. Because if you ever go to take on people and what they say about you and the way you're singing, there's something called constructive criticism and there's something called bashing. Exactly. And the ones that bash, they just want to bring you down because you're doing something right, clearly. And the one that give you constructive criticism, take it. That's exactly. Never be too big to take advice on how to do things or how you should have done a song or anything like that. Just stay strong as a young woman in this industry. Stay strong and focused and never ever give up on your dream. That is your dream and you are the only person that can make that come true. Absolutely. So definitely do not give up. I totally agree with you 100% on that one, because it doesn't matter how old you are, we can all learn. I've gotten bashed. I've gotten constructive criticism from people like Imran Bihari, GI. He called me when I did Tira Chahedan. He was like, Ree, this song come out real good, but you could have done it this. You could have do a little things different. Things like that is called constructive criticism, because he's just telling you where you went wrong. But you see, when the keyboard gods go behind the laptop and the phones and they want to be commented, this is how it's done and blah blah blah. No, we don't need that negativity in our life. We just need positivity, positive comments, and we're going forth with that. Absolutely, I totally get you, and I agree with you 100%, because as a singer myself, I have faced all of those criticisms as well, and sometimes people do like to bash, but to those people, I say, if you can do better, do better. This industry is big and wide for all of us to make our mark, to do our thing, to go after our mission. We have one aim. Exactly. You know why the fight down? Let's just come together and work together and go forward. Is our culture, is our way of life. Some of us, we only know music. I have to put it like that, because music is our life. It's what keeps us focused. It keeps our sanity intact sometimes. So that's true. Why fight down? Just love. Exactly. Just go forward and be one. Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Rihanna. I truly thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me your time today and sharing your thoughts, a part of your life with our audience today and your fan base as well.
So thank you, and thank you for doing that little bit of a cappella for us. I know the
Not
sound
a
isn't
problem.
coming out as well, and I apologize again for the little bit of
That's okay.
the
Delay. That's
connection
okay.
that we had. We had a bit of a delay, so, and I thank our viewers for having patience with us today as well too, because we are
Definitely.
definitely running a little bit behind on our time here. So again, thank you. I truly appreciate your
Thank you
time,
for
and
having me.
hopefully we will see each other again sometime soon.
Yes, yes, definitely. Take care.
Thank you
Bye,
very much.
everybody.
Thank you. So right now, I do have my second guest. She's ready to go, and uh, I before I bring her on, I just want to give a quick little intro about her. She first started singing at the age of 18. Her first gig was with the Doc Sapphire Orchestra, and in 1997, she also entered a popular Mastana Bahar and placed fourth in the grand finale. This led to her 17-year stint in the Trishul Orchestra led by Inder Kandhai. She has also toured Canada, Guyana, Suriname, London, and sang with playback Kumar Sanu. She also did backup vocals for Udit Narayan and Kavita Krishnamurti. She was with the band Avatar for the past 2 years, and now she's going it solo and training to be a presenter on the U 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper radio station. Please help me welcome my second guest, who is a household name in Trinidad and Tobago with a melodious voice to boot, Miss Nalisha Muhammad. Nalisha. Nalisha,
Hi.
can you undo your video, please, so we can see you? The bottom left-hand corner. At the bottom of your screen, just your video.
Yes,
There
hi.
you are. I apologize today for all the mix-ups and the little glitches we've had with
Hi.
this. Yes, absolutely. It's a pleasure to finally be able to see you and chat with you today.
Yes, and thank you so much. And I must apologize for not seeing your previous message. And I thank you so much for having me on your lovely afternoon program. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very welcome. Before we get started with the conversation and talk about your music career and your musical journey and whatever, I have a video that I'd like to share with you if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I did remember you saying you love that song.
It's actually one of my favorite songs that I sing as well too, and I think you sang that song with Rajesh Dalla.
Rajesh Dalla, yes.
Rajesh Dalla, yes. So I know you said that you didn't start singing until the age of 18.
Yes.
So what were you doing? Take us back to that time. What were you doing before that, and how did the whole singing thing came about?
Well, actually, Marla, I used to lie on my bed at night and sing for my mom.
Ah,
And yeah, she was my first fan. And she used to be like, and while I singing for her, tears used to actually run down her eyes. And she used to be like, wow, you have such a beautiful voice. And I used to just keep singing all her favorite songs. And I used to say, Mommy, I really wish I could go out and sing in a band one day and be out there like other singers. And she said, who knows, maybe one day you could. And that's when I started to go to school and in in secondary school I should say is when I got my first break. I entered a Diwali competition and I used to be singing in class for my friends. Yes, singing in class for
yeah,
my friends.
yeah.
And but unconscious, you're doing your work and just singing away. And they
Hmm.
used to be like, Delisha, you have a really lovely voice. And I say yes. I know my mom will tell me that. So there was this every year our school have Diwali competition, singing competition. They found it fit. My good friend Wendy Rajkumar and Salisha Tola, they found it fit to enter me into the competition without my knowing. So while names men were calling out for this competition, there I heard Nalisha Muhammad through, the PA
Yeah.
system, and that is where everything began. Yeah. So I suggest be at home singing for my mom until this time reached.
Wow, that's awesome. Like so you definitely had your family's support in your decisions.
Definitely. It's definitely up to this day, 100% support.
That's great. That's amazing. So Mastana Bahar, do you think that I seem to like almost everyone that I've had on the program so far from Trinidad, especially,
Yeah.
has been a part of Mastana Bahar. Do you think that that's the measuring stick of a good singer?
Um, Mala, that is one program I will say that was the only program of its kind at that time, that's an Indian variety. But
Hmm.
I think every singer that has a name in Trinidad right now passed through Mastana Bahar. That
Hmm.
was the only competition you could have entered to get your talent out there, I should say. Some
Hmm.
made it, some didn't. I was lucky enough at my first prelims, I got first. The semi-finals, I got first. Went to the grand finals, and I placed fourth in the grand finals. And believe me, that was one very tough grand finals. It was among some of the best singers that we have at that finals, and I was lucky enough to place fourth. So I think yes, Mastana Bahar is a stepping stone for a lot of the artists and musicians today. Yes.
That's amazing. I wish I was brought up in Trinidad. That
I
I
would
could
have loved to enter. That was
I would
really,
have,
really,
yes, of course.
that
Um,
was something everyone looks forward to, and it was really a nice experience. It was.
that's amazing. That's really amazing. But the other amazing thing that I find with you is that you were able to sing with the likes of Kumar Sanu and Udit Narayan, Kavita Krishnamurti. I mean, you did backup vocals for these guys.
I that I was so lucky. I think I was in the right band at the time and the right position at that time. That was together with Trishul Orchestra with Inder Kanhai.
Mm-hmm.
Used to work at 90.5 at those days, and a lot of collabs was going on with Inder and Kumar Sanu, and 90.5 being associated with India a lot with their movies and songs, and they brought the Z Bollywood Awards to Trinidad at one point in year, and Trishul joined together with musicians from India, collab with musicians from India. They were doing the backup music for these artists, And myself and Andy Mikanhai, we got the opportunity to actually do some backups for these singers. It was amazing.
Wow.
I couldn't believe I was on a stage with all these Bollywood singers. But I think my main event, the one time I hold really close to my heart is when I actually went on that stage together with Kumar Sanu for Nishada concert and actually performed Nazar Ke Samane and Tujhe Dekha Tujhe Jana Sanam with
Wow.
with the legendary Kumar Sanu. That is a moment I will always hold in my heart.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I actually speaking to him, and he was like, "You have a beautiful voice, Nilisha. Your voice remind me of Alka Yagnik. I will never forget
Wow.
those moments."
That's true. That's true.
And,
Because when I first
and
heard you sing too, those were exactly my thoughts.
and I was like, "Oh my son, why I'm nowhere close to her." He said,
Yeah,
"Yes, you very, your voice is so close." Like, and getting compliments like that is like, wow, wow. It was really special to me. It was really,
well, you've definitely come a long way, that's for sure.
oh yes, I have.
Absolutely. But I mean, you've been with the band Trishul for like 17 years and then you decided to go solo. What
Yes, yes.
what happened there?
Um, as you know, everything 17 years, I thought I had, okay, I had enough of the, I think I wanted to try a bit on my own, you know, venture on my own. I did so much lovely things with Trishul Orchestra. And, you know, everything was kind of going at a change with different, songs, and I just wanted a little change to come out and experience on my own what
Hmm.
I could have done on my own. And I decided to go solo a bit. And I used to sing with, I still sing with the very famous Satnarayan Raghu, one of my local stars. And at that time, I was singing with Trishul and Satnarayan Raghu, and I just found, okay, I just needed a little change and come out and stand my own grounds.
Right, right. Yeah, sometimes we all need to experience what it's like to be out there on your own rather
Yeah,
than being
and
behind.
I must say I built who I am today in the band Trisha, and I thank Inder Kanhai for that very much, because I am not a trained singer. I'm not going to say I'm trained. I am not a trained singer. I was just blessed with a beautiful voice. Whatever little I have, no. Inder Kanhai grew me a lot. He grew me because he's a very experienced singer. He was trained, and the little things we may take for granted, and there's so much little things in singing that we missed and experienced people don't. So I was always open for corrections, and whenever he found, okay, Nelisha, he will stop. If we did something wrong, he will stop, show us it, and make sure we get it right before we move on. And I thank him for that, because in that way I grew myself to always make sure, okay, I hear the right thing and have the right note, right key, and I thank him for that, because through him is who I am today.
Absolutely. That's amazing. It's always good to have a leader like that who is able
Yes,
to give you the positive criticism that you need in order to grow as an artist.
yes, and not only him, also being with Avatar, because when I decided to go solo is when Wizzy he approached me and asked me if I'd be interested in coming in Avatar. I said yes. And being with his band, also the same. Wizzy is a very helpful person. He will show you the parts you go wrong. Even Nari, the drama of Avatar, and
Yes,
they will, they will show you, okay, you are doing this wrong, or you are doing this not. You try this way and show you the right thing. And I always appreciate corrections. I always love when I do something wrong and people correct me, because that is the only way you are going to learn, and learn in the right way.
absolutely. I
Yes.
see your friend Roshni Rameshwar Singh is
Oh
on
yes.
right
Yes.
now. So
Yes.
she's
Hi,
giving you
Roshni.
thumbs up. Thank you, Roshni.
And
She's
Roshni has been my supporter. Her daughter Sapna. Sapna was like maybe 4 years old, and she came up to me and she said at one of my concerts together with Trishul, and she said, "Auntie, I want to be a singer like you. I love how you just at 4 years old." And Sapna is in university now, and I hold Sapna and Roshni very dear to my heart. They are very, very close to me.
oh wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
She's like, hi, she's a beautiful, soothing voice indeed, one of Trinidad's nightingale, our very own Lataji. Wow. Congrats.
Thank you, Roshni. Thank you.
But it's so true. Your voice is just so melodious, and I mean, I've been following you for a very long time, and I've always listened to whatever you put out there.
Mhm.
So, hats off to you, man. You did it, and without training. That's
Thank you so
amazing.
much. Thank you.
That
Thank you
is
very
very
much.
amazing. Do you want to
As
do a
I
little
said, I was just blessed with a beautiful voice, and I try my best to make use of it in the proper way. That's all.
perfect? And that's the way it should be. So, would you like to do something a cappella style for us?
Sure. And as we're on the topic of Lataji, because that's the songs I start off singing. I think Lata was everybody mentor at that time singing. This is one from the movie Jared. Enjoy. कलियों के सेज महके रात जागे मिलन की खो जाए धड़कन में तेरी धड़कनों मेरे मन की आ पास आ तेरे हर सांस में मैं जानू समा न जाने क्या हुआ जो तूने छू लिया खिला गुलाब की तरह मेरा बदन निखल निखल गई सवर सवर गई भना किया आईना मुझे न जाने मन न जाने क्या हुआ जो तूने छू लिया.
Wow.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it.
Thank
Love
you
it.
so much.
Wow. And you say you haven't had any training, but just the way you were like belting out those notes and all the little, connotations there, just amazing. That's really
Thank
good.
thank you.
Well, like you said, hats off to Indra Kanai for giving you some training and tips along the way, and that's
Yeah.
what it's all
And what I
about.
always try to do, Mala, I always picture what I heard the original singer sang. I
Hmm.
always try to picture that voice and the way it is sung, and I always try my best to follow, not to copy, but whatever I learn it just like that, because I think where nowadays everybody knows singing, everybody knows song, they follow a lot of things, and when they listen to a person, they like to hear how they know a song. So I
Hmm.
try my best, however I learn a song, to try, to song as close as possible.
Right,
Up to the mark.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, we could only do what we could, because there is no second Lata, no second Shriya, no second Al Kayagnik. We could only be an Alicia Mohammed, or Mala Hari Prasad, or
Yes,
Rihanna Koko, or Kavita Ramkisoon. We could only be ourselves, right? So and it's only our ability to what we could do, and that's about it.
so you also mentioned that you're the first choice female singer for Satnarayan Ragu. Can I
Yeah.
trade
When
places with you? Can I
pardon?
trade places with you?
Sure.
I think he's
Sure.
amazing. He's got such a soulful voice. It's just amazing.
Yes. Yes. And I'm
Very.
such a down-to-earth person as well. You won't believe it. I'm sure you had your interview
Yes,
with him as
he was on the program a few weeks ago. Yes, absolutely. It was such a
well.
joy
And
to.
I
be there.
always look so forward in performing. It's like it's really comfortable and nice, and you know he makes singing much so easy. You know, because you
Yes.
want to, he has a standard. You want to make sure you're up to that standard, or you're right here with him. So always on your P's and Q's.
Mm-hmm. So now that you were with Trishul and you ventured out on your own, you wet your feet a little bit, then you were with Avatar for the past 2 years, and now you're back to being solo again. What's
Yeah.
next for Nalisha?
Well, currently I'm training at U97 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Mm-hmm.
I I did a Indian arrival concert at their station together with Jairad Singh, and I was approached by one of the owners. He said, "Would you like to come and train with us to be on
Yeah.
the team?"
Mm-hmm.
So I took up the idea. I find it was
Right.
really nice and something very interesting. So I said, and at my age, I think, Marla, it's good to have a little change because I have been out there. I did so much. I was fortunate enough to do a lot of exciting stuff like traveling, performing with some of the top artists in Trinidad. And I find, okay, I need a little change. And I think this is exactly what I want. And I'm doing something that I love. It's music. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully I pray and that my training goes well and I'm for a show on my own someday.
That's awesome. So you've already started being like you're doing appearances on the program already, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
12 to 3 on Afternoon Rhythms. I co-host in between, and I'm also working on production with them.
So what type of program is it? Do you want to tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Sure, our program, it's a multicultural radio, so there is a wide range of music and talk show programs on the air. But Afternoon Rhythms is basically about 90s music,
Mm-hmm.
and we play 90s music for you. I have a few segments on throughout the program,
Mm-hmm.
Bollywood entertainment and stuff. We have a
Mm-hmm.
Hindi segment, we have a kitchen talk segment, and we play great music from the 90s for you, present, and oldie goldies as well.
Right. That's awesome. So, apart from radio and doing this program, you will still be singing, right? You're not quitting
Of
on singing.
course, of course, I will. I am not quitting my singing. I will just move at a slower pace. I am. We are going down in age, and there's so much upcoming artists. Give them a chance. Let them explore. And as I said, I have been there. I did so much, and I am still singing, yes. But I think that I want to concentrate and go back to everyone knowing who they know really know me for as Nalisha, being the sentimental girl. I want to go back being that type of person. Yeah.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you one last question before you go.
Sure.
Um, in this industry, we always seem to have a lot of negativity, a lot of people saying negative stuff. Even I think sometimes some of it just stems from jealousy a lot. And how do you deal with that?
Malo, I takes on no one. I takes on no one. I really haven't encountered anything like that in my career with no one liking me or dislike me because I try to be nice to everyone. I laugh and speak to everyone in the industry. Everyone knows me to be a particular way, and I don't take on anyone. I Most important for me, I stick to what I have to do.
Hmm.
If I have to go on a job, I'm being paid to do a job. I try to go on a job. I do it at my best. I I think jealousy and old talk and stuff come about when it goes hand in hand because they say two hand clap, right? So if one encourages it and the next one does, that is when everything starts and goes haywire. But if one starts something and bashing the next one, what we have to do is be a keeper of that next person. Say, hey, I don't know that person to be like that. So why should I say something I don't know about? And just keep your mouth shut and go on about the business. That is all.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, I take so no one. And even if someone don't like me, it really won't bother to me. It's not putting money in my pocket. And I concentrate. If I get paid to do something, I just do it and move right on. Takes on no one. And
Absolutely.
I advise the young singers and musicians that coming up, do the same. Don't take on any way. But once you know what you want to do, you just keep on doing it with a positive mind.
Well, that's excellent advice right there. So thank you so much, Nilisha. I know that you're pressed for time as well. So I'm going to let you go, but I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your time with us here today. And it's always a pleasure. I look forward to seeing more of you in the coming months, and hopefully your new venture in radio takes off and everyone's going to be logged on. What is it again? Can you give them the radio station address?
So it's U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, and it's all the programming whole night, and I am on mostly from 12 to 3 p.m.
Perfect. Thank you. I will definitely log on and take a listen as well.
Yes,
So
and
thank you so
thank
much.
you very much. Thank you very, very much for having me in your program, and I wish you all success. So, in your singing, because I heard you sing and you are wonderful, and keep it up, and all the
Unlike
best.
you, I didn't I should say well like you, because I didn't really start singing until like I was well into my 30s,
Okay.
and it was just something like you said, I it was something that I was dreaming about, looking at people on a stage and saying, wow, I wish I could be like that one day, or I wish I could be a singer like them one day. And lo and behold, you know, so dreams do turn into reality. So it's good to
Exactly.
dream, right?
Yes.
The sky's
Of
the
course.
limit. Anyone can learn at any time.
Yes. And learning never stops. Every day you learn something. Every day. I have heard international Bollywood singers, musicians, they never stop learning. And who are
That's
we? We're not even close to their to their success. So we have
That
a
is so
lot to learn.
true. That is so true. Every day is a learning curve for each one of us, and I think we all have so much more to learn. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
anyone can actually say that they're perfect
no
in
one is
anything,
definitely,
because there's
definitely.
always room for improvement all the time.
All the time. All the time.
Well,
Because
thank you so much, Nalisha. It truly was a pleasure to talk to
same
you
here,
today.
same here. And to your listeners, to
Yeah.
your live audience, a very special hello to you all. Be safe out there. And thank you all for your support and love throughout the years.
Thank you very much, Nalisha. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and have a productive time on your radio program.
Same to you and thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And right
Bye.
about now, bye bye. Thank you. So, right about now, it's time for my next guest, my third guest. He is one of Toronto's hottest new talent. His name is Zahir Khan, and he started singing just a few short years ago, back in 2010, I believe, experimenting with song covers, recording and producing in his home studio, ZK Studios, right here in Toronto. You may have seen him on social media, belting out some Muhammad Rafi or some Kishore Kumar from the confines of his car. And you may have also seen him at the Tropical Nights patio, wowing the crowds there with his golden voice. In fact, that is exactly where I met Zahir, at Tropical Nights. And at that time, I think it was a few years ago, and he was just wowing the crowds with his voice. And everyone was like, who is that boy? Who is that golden boy? So, Zahir, welcome. It's a pleasure to see you
Thank
again.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks,
very
Mama, for
much.
having me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I have a short video that I want to play for our viewers. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Sorry.
जरा जरा नींद भी अजनबी सी हो गई, जरा जरा चैन से दुश्मनी सी हो गई। तुम मिले हो गया ए खुद का ही पता, क्या करूं क्या नहीं कुछ बस में ना रहा। समझो कैसे कोई समझाए, दिल क्या करे जब किसी से प्यार हो जाए। जाने कहाँ कब किसी से प्यार हो जाए।
Well, thank you very much, Zahir, for being here on the program.
My pleasure.
It's been a while. What have you been
Yeah.
up to?
Well, just busy trying to make some songs and still busy with work too. But I try to fit everything in.
All right, so I've known you from singing with you. I think I sang a couple of songs with you, but
Yeah.
I did one of our very first recording together,
Yeah.
Turalia,
Mhm.
and that was a new venture for you as well because you actually mixed and mastered that production all by yourself as well.
Yeah. I was trying to, try to experiment and mess around with it, see the best I could do. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. I would say so myself. But it was a good experience as well too.
Right. So can you tell our viewers just a little bit more about yourself, like where you started off from,
Mhm.
what was your influence in music, and
Mhm.
family support and all of that?
Mhm. Well, believe it or not, I didn't start off like with a singing background. Sorry. I didn't start off with a singing background. It's mostly I just had a love for music, not so much just one specific type of music. Basically every kind of music you could think of, I like listening to. Growing up, my parents they would always be playing like old Bollywood song, Kishore Kumar, Kumar Sanu, and so that's where I got the Bollywood aspect from my songs from, just listening to that. But then on my own, me being from right here in Toronto, it's a more multicultural environment. So growing up, I would listen to reggae, dancehall, um, hip hop, R&B. So it's basically everything in one. And then over the years, I would try to like develop my own sound, and like start experimenting with different songs and just singing them. And in the beginning, I never thought like I would get into singing. I was just doing it as see how it sound, put on some auto tune and see how it sounds. But after a while, I got more and more into it, and like this is actually fun. It's something that I had a passion for. So I kept going and going, practicing, and eventually, ending up where I am today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. What about your family? Do they support your?
Yeah, like all the shows I've been to, my family's always there, supporting me. It's a good thing to have that like by your side, because you're not just singing for yourself, but you're singing for them too. Like seeing, especially my dad. My dad is probably my number one fan. He doesn't say much, like they never push me to you're gonna be this singer, this and that. But anything I do, they fully support me. So when I was singing, um you know, they don't come from a singing background themselves, but they just love the music. So when they're hearing me singing these songs and stuff, they're even shocked because, you know, they raised me, but they never thought I would be singing these songs, you know, in front of, you know, thousands of people. So,
Of
and
course.
after a while, you know, they got used to it, and like it's just been a regular part of life now, you know, me singing like that. So everyone knows me for in my family, and you know, it's a fun experience too.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you're newly married as well too. Does your wife support you in all of this
Yeah,
as well?
yeah. She supports me as well. You know, it's all goes hand in hand. You know, once you get the support from your loved ones, then you feel like, you know, the sky's the limit basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Now, can we talk a little bit about where you drew inspiration from for the singles that you just produced? You did Slowly But Surely and Brown Eyed Beauty, and I'm thinking that Brown Eyed Beauty is probably for her.
Yeah. So yeah, most of the love songs that, you know, I make is, yeah, from my, you know, I get the inspiration from my wife, and you know, I just go from there. But then Slowly But Surely is basically a story of, like, you know, a guy, he he likes this girl, and you know, this she has a family that doesn't want tells her not, you know, doesn't want anything to do with him. So I really got that from my parents' love story back in Guyana. So that's how
Ah,
it, I took their story, and just kind of, you know, put my own
transformed
twist
it
to
into
it.
a
Yeah,
song.
and make it
Awesome.
into
That,
like a modern, you know, song. So, you know, that's what
yeah.
music is, I believe. You know, it's inspiration from story. You're basically telling a story, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you want to grab inspiration from something real, and then just, you know, put your own touch to it, and then it'll just blossom from there.
Wow, that's really incredible. That's really good. That shows that you have that talent there for songwriting for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you produce the music as well?
Yeah, I produce the music as well. Now producing is something that I got into at the same time as singing, like just, you know, playing, messing around the keyboard and stuff, and after a while, you know, just learning from you videos on YouTube, learning just by myself. Like, you know, I'm not trained in anything, like even the piano or the beat making or anything. Singing, I'm not really trained in, but it's just something I would listen to and try to mimic, and then try to do it myself. And you know, I so far I still have a lot to learn. Like, you know, every day I'm always watching, you know, new videos, how to produce this or techniques and stuff, singing videos, audio production, engineering. So I'm always willing to learn more and more about like the music industry as well.
Wow, that's incredible. And so is your studio up and running, ZK Studios?
Yeah, like it's here now, but you know, after the whole pandemic thing, I didn't want to, like, you know, kind of close it off for a while for recording and stuff. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, it's really crazy how it started. Like, I just started originally like just in my closet, in my small bedroom, you know, just making beats, and then moving to this studio, you know, buying things from Kijiji, you know, just like little things here and there, and then building up slowly. Like, as you can see here, there's a studio here, and all these like panels and stuff. Um, Me and my dad build them together to make them, you know. So it's everything that I wish I could have, like, you know, a dream for. I try to make it.
Slowly but surely,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's awesome. I truly admire you for all that you're doing, and you've stayed afloat amongst all the negativity and everything that's been going on, especially in the music scene in Toronto as well. You know,
Hmm.
um, there's I find that how do I put this gently? There's a lot of negative people out there,
Hmm.
lots of them, and a lot of people like to put good singers down, um, basically to put them in a corner, so to speak, and not give them the recognition that they truly deserve, and
Hmm.
also not to bring them to the forefront and introduce them to the masses then, and to give them that opportunity to shine.
Hmm.
How have you dealt with such negativity?
Um, well, yeah, like you said, it can get hard sometimes for to truly break through. Like I was fortunate enough to have like my really official first time singing and stuff with like um special thanks to like Tropical Nights and stuff for like, putting
Yes.
me to the forefront. Um,
Hmm.
you know, it like things like that was is really good, but still at the same time, it's kind of hard to go to other places like if you're not well known
Hmm.
like but I think the best thing to do is just keep trying, but
Yeah.
also at the same time know your own worth basically. Like like before when I first started singing, I'll do anything and everything just try to get a spot in a show or something, like begging promoters. But after a while, I'm like, if they don't want me, they don't want me. Like I just couldn't. I didn't have time to like dwell on it enough. So that's kind of the reason why I started to move toward my
Your own
own thing, like my own singing and my own music, because really like I wanted to be my own self and then show at the same time show those people like this is what you've been missing out on. Like I offered you this and this, and then like but
I remember some of those conversations we had.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Have you been getting any type of backlash about not going, the norm of doing Bollywood as opposed to doing your own thing with the music right now?
Hmm. Um. Well, I try to still do Bollywood as well. Like that's something that's not gonna change. Like Bollywood music is something I grew up on, so that's something I normally do. But I think it's when uh I used to sing like Chutney Soga songs too as well, like write my own songs, stuff like that. So when I used to do that, uh people would say, some like when I first started out, people would say really negative comments, and then that kind of not scared me, but like directed me in a way to get away from that. And then, but that also made me realize, like, maybe this is not what I'm meant to do. Like, this is not me, basically, But for the negative comments, I don't like, like I said before, I don't really dwell on it. Like, I just try to do better, you know, not really say much directly to those people individually, but on my own, just move in silence and try to uplift myself, to do better and show them like who
Yeah,
I am basically.
exactly.
Hmm.
Now, I know you had said that Bob Marley is one of your favorite, and he's
Yeah,
also an inspiration to
yeah.
you as well. And so we all know that with Bob Marley's music, his message deals with real issues in
Hmm.
society today, and it still
Hmm.
resonates up to today,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, what type of messaging do you want to give to your audience through your music?
Hmm. Um, well, right now, like the music I make so far I made is mostly like love songs, right? But that's another message too. Like, it's good to love people, to express your love to people. And more songs that I have on the way, it really deals with more of personal thoughts of mine, like, about peace, about um I just started writing one recently about like what's going on in the world right now.
Hmm.
Um
Are you
and
writing a song? Are you writing a song about COVID-19?
not not well, not about that, but like just the really the justice of
Yes,
everything,
yes, yes. Oh, right, right.
um,
Yes, Black
yeah,
lives do matter. Yes,
it just
absolutely.
it's not specifically for that, but it's just in the general idea of people looking out for one another, um and basically my music that I want to accomplish is just something just in general about peace, showing a love for one another, and that's what I want to get through to everyone.
Awesome. So that basically leads me to my next question. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, all the rioting that just took place
Hmm.
recently, against racism. And
Hmm.
I know we've suffered quite a bit here as well against racism, and it's always a constant fight for some people.
Hmm.
Um, we are considered black, but the African Americans and the Africans in general, they are the ones who basically suffer the brunt of it. What are your thoughts on this whole topic?
Um, it's a tricky subject because it's at the same time you want to be fair to everyone, um, to show everyone that is equal for each other. And I mean, we don't live in the States, but like right there, a little bit of what's going on in the States you can see here, people protesting and stuff here. And I think that we should all just, it'll be easy to say if we could all just get along, but it's not an easy road like that. And I support like what people are trying to do, sign petitions and get things done, get further change to be made.
Hmm.
um yeah, it just, I don't know, it's I don't know how to put it in words, but like it's something that,
It is a tricky topic, and I know
yeah,
that I've gotten a lot of backlash, especially on social media, for some of the comments that I've made as well too. And I mean, I've tried to stay as positive as I can because I do believe that all lives do matter.
yeah,
But more so, these people are protesting based on something that happened. It was murder that
yeah,
happened in
yeah.
broad
and,
daylight.
and and what they're protesting is facts, basically. Like it's not any like secret that like black people in the United States are getting, you know, more racial tension than others, when it comes to like police, and when it comes
Of
to
course,
everything.
yeah,
So that's what's that we like they need our support to bring that to the forefront. And that's why people, I think, have a hard time converting those ideas to like the reason behind Black Lives Matter, because I think they think it's more of a race thing when it's more of like a human, to do good for your fellow humans, to help them out, because
exactly.
they've been suffering for a long time, dealing with those kind of situations. And I think um, they need the world's support to help them overcome those obstacles. And everyone needs to, you know understand that, and think like, it's not about, okay, this race and that race. It's about, just helping your fellow person.
Absolutely. Are you ready to sing a couple of lines of a song for us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Not sure the last two guests that I had, their videos weren't their songs weren't coming out as clearly, so I'm not sure how I'm pretty sure you probably have yours set up different, so let's hear what you have.
um okay, yeah, I'll start off with you know the classic Bollywood.
Sure.
Yeah, let me just, so these songs, most of the Bollywood songs I sing are songs that, like, you know I grew up with, like, and mean a lot to me, mean a lot to my parents and stuff. So um yeah, I'll start off with something that I like to sing.
Absolutely. And while you're doing that, I just want to give a big shout out to Sanjana Mahadev, who's watching right now. And she's the girl who helps me with all of my video clips each and every week for all of my guests. So, Sanjana, thank you so much for all of your efforts and hard work that you put in. And I know you're super busy with schoolwork and with your Monday activities as well too. So, I just want to say thank you so much for always being there and putting in your support, giving your support. And also a special thank you to Ashley Raz, who does all of my flyers for me on a weekly basis. Ashley, your flyers have been getting rave reviews, so thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate it. And to all of our viewers today, thank you so much for watching as well. And please do share the link to as many people as possible, because all of these artists that appeared here today, they need your support and your help to push them forward in their musical journey and musical career. So please do support them at any point that you get, anytime. Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
ये चार हुई रात खनी एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई चाहे कहो इसे मेरी मोहब्बत चाहे हसीने उड़ा दो ये क्या हुआ मुझको खबर नहीं हो सके तुम ही बता दो चाहे कहो इसे मेरी मोहब्बत चाहे हसीने उड़ा दो ये क्या हुआ मुझको खबर नहीं हो सके तुम ही बता दो तुमने कदम जो रखा जमीन पर सीने में क्यों चनकार हुई रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई
That's an excellent choice in song. Do you have another one for us?
Yeah, I can do another one.
तेरा चल लहराए हर रात यादों की बारात ले आए मैं सांस लेता हूँ तेरी खुशबू आती है एक महका महका सा पैगाम लाती है मेरे दिल की धड़कन भी तेरे गीत गाती है पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो
Well, there you have it, world. I hope you're ready for Zahir Khan right here in Toronto, Canada.
You can tell I'm a big Kishore fan as well. Too.
Absolutely. I enjoy those. And someone is saying, Roshni, Rameshwar Singh on Facebook is saying, it's so good to see youths loving the oldies and keeping these songs alive for all to enjoy. She also made a comment that it's good to have parents and family support to help you grow and to inspire you. So thank you, Roshni, for those beautiful comments. Yes, absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure talking to you and seeing you again. And so what's next for you? What are you doing next?
Well, mostly I want to focus on, like, my own tracks that I'm writing and producing, and try to get that to the more, not only just the West Indian community, but the whole, like, the world, basically. Like, I don't want to be limited to a certain amount that can like audience I could reach to. I
Yeah,
want to really express my music to everyone, and everyone that wants to hear it. And if I would have to say something to, like, aspiring singers, is what I told myself when I first started singing, is just to don't limit yourself. Like, even in the West Indian community, if you want to do more, adventure out to do different music as well, you should just do it. And bring all it's good to bring all musical genres, incorporate them together as well as,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that one. Zahir, thank you so much for being with us today. I truly
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone, for listening.
And to all of our viewers who are watching, and to all of our friends in the music industry, I hope some of you will share your thoughts and share some advice with this young man, and maybe, collab with him a little bit, because he's a bucket full of talent and he is raring to go. And I'm sure there are lots and lots of people that you would like to collaborate with as well too. So I
Mhm.
hope you guys are all watching, and keep him on your radar, because he's got a lot more to come, and a good ways to go as yet. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll
Thank you.
catch up again as soon as
Yeah.
this COVID-19 is over, as soon as
Yeah.
the lockdown is over. Awesome. Thank you again, Zahir. I truly
Thank you,
appreciate your
Mal, for
time.
having me.
Thank you.
Take care.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's our show for today. And I just want to say thank you all. Thank you to Zahir. Thank you to Nalisha and to Rihanna for being with us today. I truly appreciate your time and your candor in answering some of my questions. And hopefully, we will see more of you in the months to come. And to all of our viewers who are locked on to social media, thank you for being here with us and for supporting our artists today and always. And without you and without your support, we wouldn't have a platform to do what we do. And let's live our best lives today, as tomorrow is not promised. Be kind to each other and be the best version of yourselves. So, thank you again and have an amazing week ahead. And bye for now. Thank you.
जिगर का दूंगा हंसी लबों की लाली को सजाऊंगा लुट कर दी की डाली को लबों जिगर का दूंगा हंसी लबों की लाली को हाय वफा एक दिन खिलाऊंगा चुरा लिया है नहीं चुराना सनम बदल की मेरी तुम जिंदगानी कहीं बदल न जाना ले लिया दिल हाय मेरा दिल हाय दिल लेकर मुझको न बहलाना चुरा लिया है तुमने तो दिल को नजर नहीं चुराना सनम
Well, thank you, everyone. I hope you got everybody have a safe week ahead of you, and stay safe. Practice social distancing, and we will see you again next week, same time, same place. Thank you so much.